Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Romany. If you're new here, hello! And I've got very jangly earrings in today. I've got my tea. I'm straddled the most peculiar way around my table. I need a new desk, I think. My bun has been chopped off from the camera. That's fine. What is this? Can't tuck it, well, I can tuck it behind. Slowly bits of my hair will fall out of the bun and look a mess. So today we are just going to do a quick little story time while I get ready I don't know what I'm going to get ready and do. Let me get that out of the bubble wrap because it's going to be noisy. And I'm going to use the, why am I picking it all up? Don't pick it all up. No. Oh my lord. Right. I'm picking it all up. I'm going to use the Violet Voss and Nicol Concilio set because I don't think I've used it on camera yet. I've probably only used it, I think I've used it twice. So I've not used all of the colours. Yeah. Quite a lot's been going on the last few weeks. What else do I want? What else do I want? Why is it when you get settled you need to go wee? Do I need to go wee? No, I think I can wait. Yes. I've already done my moisturiser. And I run out of my little sample of some eye cream that I had. It's very sad. It was really nice and I had a look on Amazon and it's all sold out, so I've chucked the bottle away now, so I can't remember what it's called. Never mind. Some of my favourite videos to watch and to do are just a nice, relaxing, get ready with me, a little story time. Everyone's got something interesting. Well, no, I thought, you know what, no one's going to care about what I have got to say. No one's really going to be bothered about my life, are they? And I thought, well, how do I know that? You might be interested. I have got some crazy stories. I don't know whether I should share some of them. Some of my stories are a little bit wild and they can be for another day, I reckon. It's just going to be a quickish, probably not going to be that quick because I'm talking while I'm doing it. So that was the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter for a Superstar Youth Glow. Cannot live without that stuff now. I am so annoyed at all the people that recommended that stuff because it's beautiful and I'm gonna go to the grave with that stuff, I tell you. So all I do is just buff that in and yeah. So what was I gonna tell you about? So what have I been doing? Oh, I've got a new job. Started a new job a couple of weeks ago and I love it. It's so much fun. It's a lot different to what I'm used to doing. I'm used to just working in retail. This is not in retail, this is reception and I'm loving it. It's a lot to take in and learn. I've never done reception in my life and I'm loving it. The first couple of days that I worked there, I came home with like the biggest headache ever. Just because that's so much to learn, so much to just put way too much of that on. That is just concealer. I'm not putting foundation on. I don't generally, oh god, I'm going to keep fidgeting because my leg is getting crushed. I don't usually put that much on. Oh, and that was the wrong colour as well. So what was I saying? Yeah, so for the first few days, I came home with like the biggest headache ever known to man. Just because my poor brain was just like, I can't cope with so much information. So this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I use two colours. I've got light medium beige and light ivory. And I don't generally put foundation on. I just go in with concealer. And just buff and press that over those areas. So it did look like I put a lot on, but I actually didn't. It's a very thin layer. So I just put that where I wanted it. My main areas where I want it are obviously under my eyes where the darkness is, and on my cheeks that are a little bit rosy, around my nose, and then literally and between my eyebrows. Oh, this is Cover Effects. I'm gonna have to tell you what I'm using, aren't I? Because I'm gonna forget otherwise. So new job, yes, brilliant, loving it. First couple of days. What was that noise? Oh, my phone telling me I need to drink. Oh, scared the life out of me. So new job, love it, brilliant. Love learning how to do new stuff. I'm never, you know when you're thinking, oh my god, I'm never gonna remember any of this. I'm just not. Why about the third day? Well, the first day I was answering the phone, which is fine. I'm not worried about answering phones. I can answer telephones. I just couldn't. It's in dental practice. I don't think I even told you. Definitely don't know how to give any kind of dental advice. I've still got my old job, which, well, I've kind of still got my old job. Just they've changed management and stuff, and I am not management anymore. Okay, I'm going to use the BH Pro Shade and Define Contour Palette. Oh good god. And I just dip into a couple of them because I'm a bit darker. I'm going to dip into that one and that one. God, it's very dusty, this stuff. What else was I going to tell you about which was hilarious? Oh, I have old lady problems. Not me personally, but where we live, old person estate, there's not really many young people, you know, our neighbours are all elderly. That looks so much nicer now. I've got a bit of a tan than what I did last time I used it. Lots of old people, lots and lots of old people, which is fine. That's one of the reasons why I moved here, just because it's nice and quiet. So we bought and we didn't think we'd get, you know, any problems, nothing like that. Well, where do we start? With a belch apparently. So one, not our next door neighbours, our next door neighbours are lovely, bless them, but a little, couple of doors up, oh my god, I nearly knocked my tea over. There is an elderly couple. I mean, we're talking like elderly. She's like 98. She, bless her, has dementia or Alzheimer's, you know, I don't know what the difference is, but yep. So, and he's not all that with it either. Why am I taking so long? I cannot talk and do this at the same time. Jeez. I think where she has Alzheimer's, or we'll just say she has Alzheimer's, I think she's a bit of a handful for him, and bless him, they fight. Like, fight. This is an old lady and old man, and they fight. So I think because she has Alzheimer's, she gets very disorientated. She doesn't know who people are. She doesn't know where she lives. So she's constantly going to walking to her old home, which is the next town along, or a couple of towns along actually. She tries to walk there. Oh my god, I just used that yellow shade. Hello. So she walks a couple of towns, tries to walk a couple of towns away to get to her old house. She cries a lot and she wants to get home to see her mum and her dad, which is heartbreaking. Bless her heart. I'm just going to use in the Bourjois. Literally only been the last year that it's all kicked off. About this time last year, I remember coming home. Oh my god, this smells friggin' delicious. I remember coming home with Tom and we heard this screaming, help me, I can't breathe, and me and Tom, we heard it as we were coming up the road in his car. We could hear it and it was like, oh good god. So we parked up. One side of our house is an elderly lady who's like 97. Look. That's what that looks like. She has a carer that goes in to see her like once a day, and then we've got our neighbours, and then then this other couple. This horrific screaming was commencing, and me and Tom were running around like, where is that coming from? Who is that screeching? I have not rhymed my eyelids. Great. We ran to one house. We were like, no, it's not coming from there. And then we ran to the other neighbour and we were like, no, it's not from there. And they were like, oh my god, it's behind. I ran in, found her. This old lady was stuck between two. So you've got the fence, greenhouse. She was stuck between the fence and the greenhouse. It was only like really narrow. She was stuck between there, under two full-length ladders. I had to shout for Tom to come, and he lifted up the ladders and pushed the fence, because the fence had wedged her in as well. Pushed all that in for me to pick her up and drag her out. She'd smashed the greenhouse as well. I walked her along a little bit in her garden, and she was telling me that everyone had left her, that her son had gone out, her husband had gone out, they had left her there. She was screaming for help, she couldn't breathe. Then her husband comes out of the house. you were in there all last time. So we were like, sorry, your wife was stuck underneath some ladders between the fences. And he went, and walked back in. So I was like, excuse me, are you gonna come and help your wife? No, he went and sat down. Right, I'm gonna go in with pizza. So he went in, sat down, carried on watching telly. While we helped this poor old lady back into her house. Realised that a lot of other people heard her screaming too. There was a person across the road who was cleaning their car, like directly across the road from her house. I have no idea how you couldn't hear her scream when we could hear her as we were driving, as we were driving up the road. Then a few days later, we're sat in my house watching telly, me and Tom. Minnie's in bed because it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. We hear a crying and this lady, she makes like a distinctive like howling. It's petrifying. So we could hear this noise and we were like, where is that coming from? Where is that? Oh, you're in our house. Yeah. She had walked down from her house, in through our front door, and she was stood in our living room at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night going, help me please. I'm gonna pop on Victoria and then Zuzu, I reckon. Yeah. Yeah, so she was in our house. So now we have to remember to lock our door. It's not that we don't want her to come in, it's just we don't want her to come in. I know that sounds really mean, but we've got 2 dogs. We've got an 8-year-old. Do you know what I mean? It's like petrify her. She's an old frail lady. I don't want the dogs to like run at her and beat her over or something, and hurt her. Last night she was trying to get in through our back gate. And the other day I found her trying to get into our other next door neighbour's back garden through their gate. I've phoned for an ambulance before. I phoned social services. I have phoned social services. That is now why they have a carer that goes in there. But I phoned up social services because I was concerned for her. You know, she's very old. Her and her husband fight. Yeah, her and her husband fight quite a lot. I'm gonna just deepen out that end with hey girl. Apparently he'd kicked her, but because she's got very delicate old lady skin, it split her leg open and she was walking down the road with blood pouring out of her leg. And so basically every time something happens, I just phone up social services just to log it. She comes around our house all the time, knocking on the door. She does it to our other neighbour, knocking on the door. constantly. This is at all hours of the night as well. What did she do the other day? Tom was selling his car, and she let herself, well, no, the person who was trying to test drive the car had his children in the car as well, and she came out and she was knocking on the car window asking to get in because she wanted a lift back home. So Tom came to get me, was like, help, help, the old lady. And I had to go out and rescue the poor people from her and take her home. So now at night time, if we hear her coming out, we have to quickly hide and turn all the lights out in the house. Is that bad? Is that awful? I feel awful sometimes. She does it to so many people. And it's sad. I feel bad for her. I mean, our other next door neighbours, they are lovely and they're always there, and she gives her a hug, and she's, you know, when she's crying, she's like, oh, I just want my mum and my dad. Or she'll say, oh, my dad's gone out and he hasn't come back yet and he needs to because I'm gonna do dinner in a minute. Like, oh, please don't cook. I think she attempted to iron one time. She doesn't look like she changes her clothes or anything. Oh, this is the highlighter palette. So that's Moon Gleam, Star Glow, and Unicorn Luster. Oh, yay, then the sun decides to bugger off just as I'm doing that. Do you know what, I've just mixed all three of those together. That's nice. That's pretty. One time she came round and she's not crazy, she's, bless her heart, they don't wash, or she doesn't wash, and she smells. But there's just, she has a carer that goes round, for God's sake, and the carer still doesn't do anything. Do you know what I mean? She should be like washing her clothes for her or something. I don't know, doing something. Please do something. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try and do our eyeliner with Chawwcolate. Give her a bath and things like that, rather than leaving her stinky. But I guess if she doesn't want a bath, then she doesn't want a bath. I suppose you can't make her have a bath, can you? No, I don't suppose you can you? She's in the same clothes now than what she was in when I picked her up from the back garden that time. I'm not freaking kidding you either. The thing is though, you worry because they're in that house by themselves. I don't know what they do about eating. I think our neighbours said that he takes her out to a pub every day, which means he drives. That's a scary thought. Drives a car on the road, same street as me. Oh, I don't do my eyebrows. I thought, do you know what, maybe I should. I'm just going to use the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. It's teeny tiny. Well, you've seen it. Everyone's seen them, haven't they? Gee, is that wind out there? It's windy, it's raining. I just feel bad when we hear her. I occasionally lock the door. Is that bad? Is that nasty? Generally, we keep an eye on her. And we know if she's... I mean, if she was in pain or too much distress, something just bit my ass cheek, then obviously I would help her. Or, but one time she knocked on the door and she was there going, help me, help me, help me, please, help me. I was like, oh my goodness, are you okay? Yes, I've lost the hold up to my tights, or to my stockings even. One, you're wearing tights, they're only hold ups because the crutch has rotted out of them, literally. Two, no, I don't have any hold up clips. So she left and she went in and asked the old man next house along. Oh, she followed me one time when I was taking the dog for a walk. So I was taking the dogs for a walk and she decided that she would like to come with me. How can you tell someone? No, you can't. I'm not going to stand there and go, no, you're not coming with me. She was just, you know, oh, wait for me, can I come for a walk? Going for a long walk. How long? Very long. This is the Rimmel Tiramisu. I can't even remember what I was talking about. Literally lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what I was saying. So one time, took the dog for a walk. Lady had followed me down the road and wanted to come for a walk with me and my dogs. Oh my god, I just put lipstick on my nose. Rimmel lipstick stinks. It doesn't stink because it's old and crusty, because I remember it stinking like that when I bought it. It smells and it doesn't taste very nice. And it gives you butthole lips. Nobody likes butthole lips. So yes, so she followed me across the field and wanted to go for a walk with me. So I was like, I go for a very long way. And she was like, how long? Very long. Very, very, very long. Why don't you come stand by the fence and watch us walk into the distance? Let's put some lashes on. So she followed me anyway. Shall I do the Violet Voss ones again? All the wispy ladies. I know she's not very good on her feet. And I was really worried that she was going to fall. And then what am I going to do? I had my dogs with me. Then halfway round the field, because I didn't take the dogs for a long walk, I decided, fine, she decided that I was taking her, basically. She was like, where are you taking me? I'm not taking you anywhere. You're following me. I'm taking the dogs for a walk. And she was like, I can't walk this far. And then we passed somebody on our walk, and so she tells this lady, she won't let me go home. And the lady was like, what are you doing? And I was like, and I said, she's got nothing to do with me. She's just kind of followed me. I know where she lives. She lives a few doors away from me. And she was like, well, you need to take her home right now. I was like, well, I am taking the dog for a walk and she's following me. It's not anything else. Right, they're not playing ball quite well, but yay. So yes, so this lady that was walking her dog was like having a go at me, saying I needed to take the lady home because she was out of breath and she needed to go home, and that I shouldn't have made her walk so far. And so I was trying to explain that I hadn't made her walk so far. She had followed me. See what difference that makes, just putting a bit of black. Makes it a bit more cohesive. Yeah, so and I was like, oh my god, I will take her home, but it wasn't it wasn't me that made her follow me. She decided from her own free will to follow me, and we are now stuck in a field and she's declaring that I've like kidnapped her and I won't let her go home. So yeah, she did eventually, we got her home. I did, I brought her home. Anyway, just poked myself in the eye, fabulous. I think that is about it. So if you have any old lady problems. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little get ready with me. I think I prefer to do something like this. It's probably going to be so long. But anyway, this is the finished look. I love these colours. It's quite a nice palette. Shimmers or the glitters are really nice. There's a few more colours in there that I am definitely going to try again. It's a nice glowing. I do love me some glow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's, you know, it's the most you can do after I've just shared my stories. They get worse, I tell you. Alright, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I will see you all later. Bye!